All right, welcome to the deep dive.
Good to be here.
So today we're venturing into Yann Martel's Life of Pi.
hmm A fascinating book.
Definitely. And it's much more than just a simple adventure, isn't it? Our sources really frame it as this deep exploration of faith, survival, obviously, and maybe the power of stories themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the goal for this deep dive really is just to unpack the key ideas, give listeners a shortcut to, the heart of what makes this book tick.
Sounds good. Well, at its core,
Yeah.
you've got Pi Patel. He's this young Indian boy
Right.
who survives this terrible shipwreck out in the Pacific.
hmm
But the immediate hook, the thing everyone remembers, is that he's stuck on a lifeboat.
Yeah.
The Bengal tiger. Richard Parker.
Okay, Richard Parker, right.
Yeah.
So let's get into that survival aspect first. I mean, the sources really emphasize how vivid Martel's writing is here.
Oh, definitely. It's visceral.
Yeah, you really feel like you're there, don't you? Experiencing the hunger, the thirst, the constant danger from the tiger.
It's described as both harrowing and kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah.
It really draws you into just how desperate Pi's reality is.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just about the physical struggle, is it?
No, not at all. That intense physical challenge is really the backdrop for something deeper. Pi's faith.
His faith, yeah. That's a huge part.
Even with everything falling apart around him, literally, his belief in God holds firm.
Mm-hmm.
And the sources we looked at, they really point out how this makes you, the reader, think about, well, the nature of religion itself, our relationship with the divine, maybe?
It doesn't really offer easy answers, though, right? That's what I gathered.
Not at all. No easy answers. It's more like an invitation to contemplate, to think about how belief functions, especially when you're facing utter despair.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what people cling to, doesn't it? When everything else is stripped away. What are those, fundamental anchors?
Exactly. Which kind of leads us nicely into maybe the most talked about part of the book.
The storytelling aspect.
Storytelling. Yeah. So Pi tells this incredible story, the one with the animals, the tiger, the orangutan.
Right, the main narrative we follow.
But then, towards the end, he presents an alternative version.
A much darker one.
Much darker, much grimmer. This one involves human survivors instead of animals. Brutal stuff.
And Martel just leaves it there, doesn't he? The sources highlighted that. He basically says, which story do you prefer?
He does. He leaves it entirely up to the reader. And that choice, that's the key.
Mm-hmm. It forces you to think about how narratives shape reality for us, or at least our understanding of it.
Why do we choose one story over another?
Yeah.
Especially when maybe the facts, or what seem like facts,
Mm-hmm.
are grim.
Yeah, it gets into truth belief story.
And, some readers might find Martel's descriptions a bit lengthy at times. The detail about zoology or Pi's routine.
I saw that mentioned, yeah, a potential criticism for some.
The argument in our sources is that those details are actually crucial. They're essential for the novel's impact. They build this incredibly rich sensory world.
Yeah.
The prose is so evocative, you're not just reading about Pi's experience, you almost feel like you're in it.
Right, okay. It adds to the immersion and makes the later choice more powerful, maybe.
Precisely. It makes the stakes feel real.
Okay, so wrapping things up for this deep dive, Life of Pi clearly isn't just one thing, it's survival. It's a profound look at faith under pressure.
Yeah.
And it's this really clever exploration of truth, reality, and how stories mediate all of that for us.
It's definitely challenging but rewarding. A modern classic. For a reason, I think the sources agree on that. Highly recommended.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought to leave our listeners with, building on that idea of the two stories.
Okay.
Consider this. How do the stories we tell ourselves about our own difficult times, the challenges we face, how do those narratives shape our understanding?
And maybe even shape how we move forward from those experiences.
Yeah.
That's definitely something worth mulling over.